it's great to be coming on these platforms to discuss and talk about what's happening in the world of supply chain and how is digitization kind of helping transform some of the customers we are working through. And I have been in this space for about 25 years now, leading solution engineering, leading strategy, working with customers, helping them transform their core supply chains, their core manufacturing systems, and also logistics, transitioning them to some of the new Industry 4.0 applications. And that's something which I pride about and has been a very, very exciting journey. Now, my conversation is going to be more around what's happening in the current COVID world and how are customers trying to transition out of this new normal, let's call it that way, right? So if you see what's going on around us at this point of time, we have seen so much of disruptions which have been caused by the businesses and the delays which are happening around it, right? I mean, every second day we hear about news around supply chains breaking, whole amount of disruptions taking place, and the pandemic has kind of caused us, these delays across the supply chain. Right, I was planning to place an order for one of my movable, desk stand, and it has taken about 3 months for that particular study table to reach Singapore, and it hasn't yet arrived. It's the same thing which is applicable to pharmacies, to medicines, to food, and other products. Now, the question which we as business leaders need to ask is this going to be the new normal or it's going to change, right? And what do we need to do if we have to make changes as part of this particular transition or new normal if we don't get this through? As part of this, the logistics industry has naturally had a big hit. There has been a big impact on the entire logistics segment, which is again going through challenges trying to get this fulfillment process lined up. As part of digitization, right, a lot of customers, a lot of conversations which we are having with companies is all around what should companies be doing to cross this, post-pandemic phase and start driving their digital journeys, which they have started upon, which they have actually started rolling about. But how do you then accelerate that particular journey? And to me, it's about, getting a perfect delivery or a perfect order fulfilled to your clients working through these large business or logistics engagements, right? Now, it's one thing to call out that it's going to be a perfect delivery, but different to say how do we achieve it, right? Because to have a perfect delivery, you need to make sure that you're running through a set of right products, you're running through perfect conditions, you have the right timing for your deliveries, and you have the right place where the deliveries are going to happen. Now, in most of the cases, it's something which does not take place. What are the reasons? The reasons are there is complexity in the supply chain today, right? We have seen how pandemic has shut down warehouses, how it has brought in a whole lot of border controls, how ports are jammed today. So how do you kind of trade through this volatility? How do you handle complexity of orders which are coming to you through new channels in the omni-channel world, right? We call it e-commerce. There's inventory visibility which is missing within these organizations. There's a whole lot of transportation constraints which are also getting established as global supply chains get clogged, and naturally at the same time, freight rates are going up. So how do you run through this particular transformation? The market turbulence, the government restrictions have naturally further given consumers to choose e-commerce and naturally drive this particular process through the disruption. Now, one such customer in Philippines has run through this transformation, and that customer is Concepcion. All I wanted to talk to you about Concepcion was they are a white goods maker and a distributor of global brands. Right in the middle of the COVID scenarios, they actually went through and ran a complete transformation process of moving their brick and mortar business to digital. And the way they started looking at it was customer experience first. They wanted an exceptional experience to be offered to the customers. So they started targeting giving the right set of applications to their B2B companies and to the end customers. And that kind of started helping them drive a transformation from an outside in approach. So they moved from brick and mortars to online. They started expanding on their call center experience. They started giving a better service experience to customers who have dealt in their white good products and who are now looking at service or repairs of these products. So they started adopting a digital supply chain and a service platform focusing on customer first. Naturally, behind any strong customer experience platform, you need a strong supply chain to be running. And as part of that transition, they have also started rolling out a very strong logistics platform around transportation, a good capable platform around warehouse management. They have also started rolling out a better forecasting and planning footprint, which I think is a brain which kind of brings the planning and the logistics pieces all together. And it's a very important component of the overall end state architecture, which Concepcion is trying to achieve. Now, a very similar approach can also be adopted by customers as they are going through this, post-pandemic era. There are very few strategies which I would like to cover, specifically three, right? One was very similar to Concepcion. One of the strategies which they adopted was a distributed omni-channel model. And I think this is a play which a lot of companies can adopt today to give the right experience to customers. It also helps you drive the right inventory stock levels or production facilities from which these orders can be fulfilled. So it gives you the right level of visibility. It gives you the right level of experience, whether you're driving an omni-channel strategy or you're driving a strategy which is going to be a hybrid between omni-channel, in-store, or customer service. So having a well orchestrated supply chain can help you start optimizing your overall experience for the customer. And it also starts giving you an additional set of distribution channel as the brick and mortar processes start getting clogged in cases we have seen as experienced during the during COVID times. The other strategy has been more around adopting a full-blown logistics and trade management platform, right? Now, this is what customers like Unilever have done. In fact, Unilever was able to increase their efficiencies around transportation and logistics during the COVID times purely because they had a very strong transportation management platform run on our cloud technologies, which was helping them optimize their logistics network. It was helping them identify bottlenecks. It was helping them detect port congestions, warehouse capacities, right when the world was basically working remotely. And as part of that process, they were able to get to this transformation. We have also had other customers who have been running transportation strategies and logistics strategies successfully, like Aurobindo, which is referred here as part of the pharma industry. Again, a very large generics maker, a $5 billion plus group based out of India. So have a good omni-channel strategy, drive it from a very good distributed back-end supply chain model, supported with a very strong transportation and a trade management strategy. And I think those two areas are crucial as customers are envisaging, to get out of this post-pandemic era. The last but not the least area is the supply chain visibility piece. And I think visibility, to any supply chain practitioner is crucial, right? Visibility is everything around how do I set up the right level of control towers so I have a complete visibility across my distribution centers. I could have visibility around my inventory locations. I could look at, my stock checkpoints. I could have visibility into my supplier inventory so that my planning processes are having a clear insight into into the into the availability, which then is going into my execution process. Today, we also have tools from an Industry 4.0 standpoint, like IoT applications, like blockchain, intelligent track and trace applications, which customers are also adopting to bring more real-time visibility to the to the supply chain from the supply chain. And these are areas around fleet visibility to have real-time tracking of your fleet assets. We today have visibility solutions in the manufacturing applications, which can also offer a better visibility of your entire shop floor, which then naturally have an impact on time to deliver and when you're going to make these deliveries possible to the logistics network. So real-time visibility, which kind of complements the entire overall theory of supply chain visibility, is again a very important strategy as part of the post-pandemic scenarios. And how do we do that? Now, naturally, something what we do from an Oracle standpoint is we have the ability to help customers drive better visibility and insights, leveraging your existing platforms, but then also complementing them from a cloud set of technologies. And that's where we can come drive better insight, a very strong return on investments on your solution. So please reach out to us, in the world of Oracle, as and when you would like to have a great conversation around supply chain. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Sunil. That is excellent material. Now, Sunil, how do people get in contact with you? Can I tell people that they can contact me to contact you, but you don't want everybody contacting? What kind of people would best be talking to you about your systems?
We are having conversations with customers in very focused industries like FMCG. Food and beverages is a big segment for us. We are having conversations with clients in the manufacturing segment. We have customers in the world of advanced high-tech industries around China, around Southeast Asia. Pharma is again a big focus for us, which we have had some very good engagements lately. So I think food, tech, high tech, manufacturing would be key areas where we have a strong focus on, Richard.
Okay, so that's good. So very diverse. And now, Sunil, in terms of, world-class systems such as yours, have the reputation of being kind of expensive. Now, but I know there's you're doing more cloud work and so forth. Has it made it more affordable for companies in Philippines? What can you say about that?
Look, Richard, it's a good question, and it comes a lot when I deal with CXOs. And the simple answer is the world of cloud changes everything, right? Because cloud economics kind of very clearly look at how do you transition a particular organization in a modular approach. And today, with the cloud solutions which we have, you could embark upon a very simple subset of the entire digital supply chain story and then start growing or ramping up as you go through that journey. The advantage which it offers you is a very quick return on investment, because the projects which traditionally used to take years, now with the innovations and agility which cloud offers, you could roll them out in few weeks or few months, right? Whether it's on the demand side or it's on the supply side, or you're looking at a logistics transformation, or you're looking at pure play visibility platform. So we could do that today with our partners naturally in Philippines, in the Southeast Asia region, at a much more agile manner, Richard.
And now, Sunil, how does Philippines, measure up across the region? You have a lot of experience right across the Asia Pacific region. Is Philippines doing okay? Are we kind of not doing okay? What can you tell us about that?
Well, it's an important segment of the entire Southeast Asia market, because it's the largest consumption economy the last I checked, and I think it's growing leaps and bounds from a GDP standpoint. And I believe there's a lot of pent-up demand in Philippines, Richard, which is what we are all kind of subscribing to, and we are fairly optimistic about. We are working in the space of airlines, which is also looking at transformation as we speak. Right in this region, including Philippines. We are looking at, again, the classic FMCG companies. We are looking at, manufacturers. And my take is, where consumption strong, there's a young population which Philippines drives. Naturally, the trends of GDP growth will be way more faster to turn around the moment, we get out of this post-pandemic era.
Yeah, okay. Sunil, I'm so glad to hear it. I like positive, optimistic people. So, so really appreciate you being with us. I know a couple of your group are also, we're going to work with them. So if I can emphasize to people, if you can't find Sunil yourself, send me a message and I'll make the introduction, okay? So again, Sunil, really pleased to have you with us, and great luck to you in the future.
Thank you so much, Richard. It was great talking to you. And thanks again to Asia Logistics Forum for hosting us. And